Hello everybody, how y'all doing today? I'm on my way to go pick up my little niece and I'm pretty much just driving. It's raining out here, it's really bad, so I gotta keep my eyes on the road, so please excuse me if I'm not looking into the camera. However, I do have a message and it's about relationships. Pretty much I've learned some things over the last 4 years in this relationship that I'm in now. My previous relationship, I got married really young. I was 20 years old when I got married to a wonderful person. You know, it just me, and I don't understand because I actually was raised around people who been in relationships for a very, very long time. For instance, my grandparents, they've been married before my grandma and grandpa passed away, over 40-something years. My other set of grandparents, 40-something years. And my step-grandparents, they've been married, I think, 68 years. And then all of my aunties and uncles, they've been married a long time. So when it came to me, I thought I knew everything about a marriage due to looking at them. But it's different when you're in the situation. You know, my dad did a really good job at sheltering us from a whole lot. You know, my dad raised us as a single parent until he got married to my stepmother, and then, you know, he had a helpmate. Well, we was always raised in church. We went to church. Monday was choir rehearsal. Tuesday we had a Bible study. Wednesday we had another choir rehearsal. Thursday they had church. Friday they had somebody recital at somebody church or something. And then on Saturdays was probably our only day that we really could rest, but my dad would get us up to clean up and all of that. And then guess what? We was back at church on Sunday, right? So a lot of stuff I didn't get to experience until I was 18 years old. When I did move out on my own and started hanging out and stuff like that. And my ex-husband, he worked on Bourbon Street. He never had a job outside of Bourbon Street. So I got to see a lot, you know, from his family. I can actually say they had a part in raising me because a lot of stuff I was just green, basically. Anyway, my relationship was very, very rocky because I started experiencing new things that I never got a chance to experience. And so, basically, I pretty much tested the waters a whole lot. I wanted to do what I wanted to do. I went as far as even dealing with lesbianism. I know a lot of people gonna be like, oh, I didn't know that, like my family. They knew, but they never asked me about it or whatever. And I guess this is pretty much a testimony of my life. So I got married. Things was all right in the beginning, but then I wanted to do what I wanted to do. And I started hanging out with, you know, people, and I wound up messing with women. And let me tell you something about the devil. It says an idle mind is a devil's workshop. And it's so true. When you have nothing to do, you get in all kind of trouble. Okay? So I met this guy. He's one of my good friends to this day. He is a transgender. And I went out in the clubs with him, and I just remember the first time ever going out to the club with him. I was kind of like, it was a new world to me. I had never seen a bunch of men act like this, you know. I just remember it was a big mirror, like from wall to wall, and you had men doing all this. And one of them damn near kicked me in my face. He was dancing so hard. But anyway, I went and sat in the car for a little while because I was really angry for all the women that was looking for a man. I was like, this for all the men that right here. I was kind of upset, but then I had to realize this is their life, this is what they chose, and who am I to judge them for being who they are or whatever. But anyway, So that's why you never say what you ain't gonna do. You can say, as far as you can see, you're not gonna do it, but never say what you're not gonna do. Well, fast forward a couple of years down the line, guess what? I found myself in that same place. I started dating women and doing things I had no business, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it, but I knew my heart, the way I was raised, I knew I could not do that, because God was not pleased with what was going on in my life. And when He has His hands on you, you cannot enjoy those things that is not right. Okay, well, fast forward the story a little bit more. It was, let me see, it was right before Hurricane Katrina, and my uncle took over a church right around the corner from where me and my girlfriend was staying, right? And let me see, I started walking to church. We did not have a car. I started walking to church, okay? And I never forget this. One day, let me tell you what changed my life. Me started going to church. I went home one day, took a nap, and God sent my uncle. And I never told him this, but he came to me in a dream, and he said he wanted to talk to me after church. So I went into his office or whatever. And again, I said my family never asked me about my lifestyle, never. So he told me, he said, Clarency, God is not pleased. Well, he said Treshawn. That's what my family called me, Treshawn. He was like, Treshawn, God is not pleased with what you're doing. You know better than this. God has a calling for you, and you don't need to do this. You have brothers and sisters looking at you. You have family members that's looking at you, so you shouldn't be doing these things, right? So guess what? It stuck with me. It instantly kind of changed everything that was going on. And I went to her and I told her, I said, what if I tell you that I want to change my life? I want to change what's going on. Would you be mad? She said, no, I already see the changes happening in your life already. She said, even though you say you'll never leave me or whatever, I can't get mad at you for wanting to change your life. And so instantly, I ain't gonna say instantly, but eventually I started rekindling the relationship with me and my husband. But what happened was, it was so many things that happened between him and I that I was ashamed. I was very ashamed, all of the stuff that I put this man through. I was young. I didn't know anything about a relationship. I just wanted to do what I wanted to do. I was just one of them hard-headed young ladies. I just wanted to do what I wanted to do. Now I'm fast-forwarding to where I am now. Okay, well, me and him wound up separating. He went back to New Orleans. I moved to Memphis. When I came to Memphis, the guys I was dating, they just wasn't on my level. They just wasn't. They all had their own agenda, and I had my own agenda. Most of them wasn't working. They was doing what they wanted to do. And basically, I really didn't care. I just wanted somebody I could hang out with. I didn't want a relationship. I was still married, still married, trying to work on getting a divorce and all of this stuff. Okay? Well, now I'm to my new relationship, okay? Where I'm at now. Let me tell you what's funny. God always send me signs. And I know this is a long video, but I gotta get this out. I started working at the Peabody, but before I started working there, I went on an interview. I did not have a car at the time. My friend let me use our car to go to the interview. To make a long story short, I'm greedy, okay? After the interview, I stopped at McDonald's. I listened to my little gospel and stuff, and this preacher came on, and he said, he was talking about this. One of his parishioners came to him and said they were looking for a man, and he asked her, what kind of man did you want? And she started talking about the physical. I want a tall, dark, handsome man, you know, who's financially stable or whatever. That's the kind of thing she was looking for. And he said, well, what if you find a man that's bald-headed, who may not look, you know, like you used to, and who will love you from head to toe, okay? Would you still love this man? And basically, that stuck with me, okay? So, God blessed me with a job, and I met Terry. That's my new fiance. Hey, baby. Anyway, this streets of Memphis bad, so it's anyway. So we started talking, and at the time, again, I didn't have a car. It was hard for me to get back and forth to work. I lived in a bougie part of Memphis where they really didn't have, like, they didn't have buses and stuff that ran regularly. So I was just asking him, I was like, well, do you know a place where I can, you know, move closer down in Memphis so I could get back and forth to work? So he said that he had an apartment. So I'm looking at him, I'm like, I'm not about to move with this old man. What is he talking about? I just didn't see him like that. You know, I just see him as a person who, you know, I work with or whatever. So, to make a long story short, it was just hard. It was to the point where I almost would lose my job if I couldn't get back and forth. I thank God for Marcus, though, because Marcus did bring me back and forth, but I did not want to be a burden to my friend bringing me back and forth every day. But needless to say, me and Marcus went over there and looked at his place, and our intentions were to be roommates. So in the beginning, it was good, all right? So it got to a point where he liked me more than I liked him. I wasn't ready for a relationship. I had just got out of a relationship with this guy who was kind of crazy, you know? And I told him that, but, you know, I guess when they say when a man finding a woman, he was real patient and with me or whatever, and we went through some stuff. He was, in the beginning, Terry was a little cool to me too, you know, to be honest. But he never gave up on me. He had enough love for the both of us, because I really didn't know how to love. Even though I was in a relationship with you know, other men, I never really just knew how to love. But he was patient with me. He showed me a lot. When a person really care about your well-being, they'll be patient and they will teach you. I learned so much from this man. His background is just amazing to me. The stuff that he overcame. Like, I never thought I'd be with somebody who had a drug abuse problem, you know. But just to see how he got over that, all of this, just seeing where he come from and where he at now, I am blessed to be with a man like that. And I love him because he never gave up. He give me the strength every day to keep going on. Now, yes, he get on my damn nerves sometimes. He get on my nerves. But we work through it together. You know, we have our ups and downs where I feel, you know, a certain way, and I'm pretty sure that he do. But I'm the type of person, I might express it sometimes to the wrong people. But I had to realize sometimes I say what's out of my mouth without even going to God first. So always go to God. And if you need just a physical person you need to talk to, find somebody who you can trust, who not gonna throw it in your face, but they also, if they feel like you out of line, they're gonna let you know that. So just remember that put God first and ask him, because one thing I had to do, I said, God, I give it all to you. Good luck. I know I could not do it. And just to see from 2014 to now what he has done for me, baby, you can't tell me nothing. You cannot tell me nothing, honey. Nothing. I know my eyes still on the road and I never look in the camera, but believe me, God is real, and trust him for anything that you need. I love y'all, and I hope this helped, and I hope you enjoyed it, because it's going to be a lot more. I have a lot that I need to just get out. And hopefully somebody out there listening. Bye.